For more than 30 years, Louise Harris has owned Last Research and Editing, and for nearly 10 years, owned Christian Marketing Experts. She has helped numerous clients in writing, editing, and marketing manuscripts and content. In addition, she has published 4 novels, 1 book on addiction, a children's book, and ghost-wrote 2 cookbooks and a thriller.
Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about books and what you need to do if you want to write one. So let's get started. I just finished editing a book, and it actually reads like an autobiography in the beginning, and then it reads like an inspirational book for business owners in the second half of the book. There's no cohesion, and if I wouldn't know until after I've purchased the book, but I would certainly put it down after I've read a few chapters because it just wasn't relatable. And that is what I want to talk about. When you're writing in your field, let's say you're a business consultant and you want to have a book with your name to show that you're an expert on consulting, or you're an architect, or you're a nurse, you need to make your book less about yourself and more about other people. And this also applies to networking, but we'll get to that in a minute. You can still tell your stories, but you need to do it in a way that the reader picking up your book will say, oh, I relate to this. I had a similar situation because I was doing, even if the person who is reading it is not in your field, there still could have been a way that would resonate with the reader. So he could have taken some of that he wrote in the second half of the book and put in the front half of the book, instead of just starting from, oh, I was born in Florida, I moved to England, then I came back, and then I went to college, and now I'm an architect. And that is not going to resonate with the reader. So maybe say something like, have you mix in the stories is what I'm trying to say. So write what the message is, that don't let your college experience use the mistakes you make in college and to how you're living today, or something along those lines. But you can, in his case, he could say that, I honestly don't know. I had trouble when I was editing it, and I don't know how to make it relatable to the reader, but you do have to do that. And if you have a story that is not relatable, maybe put your manuscript away for a few years so that you can rewrite it so it is relatable. Now, getting back to networking, I'm sure you've heard that to be a good networker means that you go in it to help the other person and not to focus on yourself. And that is true. But there are times when you do actually need to focus on yourself. But in any case, you want to, when you're going to a networking meeting, think about how that person can benefit, how you can, even if that person will not be your client, but you can help that person in some way, like you have a contact that person needs, you should do that just because it's the right thing to do. And then what goes around comes around. So it'll eventually come back to you. Every time you help someone, it will come back to you. Anyway, visit my websites, lastresearchandediting.com, christianmarketingexperts.com, amazon.com/author/Louise Harris. Buy some books. Next Saturday, I will be out selling my books in Palm Harbor. No, not Palm Harbor. Port Richey, Maryland, Florida. So if you're around in Port Richey, Florida, come to the Orchards at Radcliffe in their community hall, and you can buy some books from me and get them signed. But if you're not from this area, then go ahead and buy them from Amazon. And I appreciate when you do buy them. If you are a subscriber, I appreciate you too, because you're helping brand awareness and my ranking on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is a way you can help me, and then it'll come back to you. So I appreciate all of you for watching. I know that sometimes these are not. I appreciate y'all. So thank you, and don't worry, be happy.